hold on to your wigs. Because the Queen of Atlanta reality just dropped a confession so wild. Kate Mitdov dethroned her faster than a bad lace front on a windy day. Rasheeda, yes. That Rasheeda decided to bless the internet with what she called her truth. Baby, when the truth hit the timeline, it didn't land, it exploded now. The streets, and by streets, I mean Twitter, TikTok, and every messy group chat from Atlanta to the Bronx are screaming one thing. Yandy won. But how did we go from Queen Rasheeda to Public Enemy 1 overnight? Was it sabotage? A PR stunt gone wrong? Or just another case of main character syndrome gone viral? Stay tuned because this ain't your average apology video. Oh no, darling. This is Confession Gate 2025. And trust me, by the end of this video, you'll be asking yourself, did Rasheeda just cancel herself? It started like every other celebrity truth moment. The kind where a ring light becomes a courtroom and an influencer plays both judge and victim. Rasheeda appeared on screen with a perfectly staged background, a little too perfect. The kind of background that says, this isn't about honesty, it's about control. She took a deep breath, looked straight into the camera, and declared that she was done being disrespected by people who, in her words, wouldn't even be in the room if it wasn't for me. The words dropped like stones. Within minutes, every comment section in the reality TV universe began to boil. Fans clipped her statement, slowed it down, analyzed every syllable like detectives in a crime show. Some said she was just being confident. Others said she had finally revealed her true arrogance. But what made this moment explode wasn't what she said, it was who she mentioned. In the middle of her emotional speech, she turned her attention to Yandy, a woman who had never even entered the fight until Rasheeda dragged her in by name. She accused Yandy of building her brand on sympathy, of pretending to be humble for the cameras, of stealing the spotlight that rightfully belonged to her. It's the moment she said it. The video stopped being a confession and became a battlefield. The internet picked sides faster than a reality show reunion audience. Hashtags were born, group chats caught fire, and TikTok became a 2-4-hour courtroom. Clips of Yandy smiling on old episodes were being re-edited with villain music. Every comment felt like gasoline on a fire no one could control. But the chaos didn't come from Yandy herself. It came from her fans, a digital army with time, screenshots, and pure pettiness on their side. They began to unearth old interviews, forgotten sound bites, and moments where Rasheeda had contradicted herself. One thread titled "Receipts That End Careers" hit 500,000 views before sunrise. It was like watching a slow-motion car crash that everyone pretended they didn't want to see, but couldn't look away from. Meanwhile, Rasheeda kept posting as if nothing had changed. Her captions full of confidence, her tone dismissive, almost taunting. But each post only fueled the frenzy. Every selfie became a battlefield. Every good vibes only caption was met with a flood of laughing emojis. The more she insisted she was the queen, the more people mocked her crown. Blogs started running with it, calling it the Atlanta reality implosion. Gossip pages stitched together fake insiders came forward with exclusive DMs, and anonymous accounts claimed to have secret recordings. Whether any of it was true didn't matter anymore. It felt true, and in the court of public opinion, that was enough. The story had grown legs, wings, and 1,000 retweets. By the end of the night, Rasheeda's confession wasn't trending for what she said, but for everything it unleashed. By the next morning, the story had evolved into something almost unrecognizable from the original confession. What began as a moment of self-defense had turned into a full-scale digital investigation that no one had asked for, but everyone wanted to watch. Anonymous accounts popped up, claiming to have inside information about Rasheeda's private group chats and deleted voice notes. One channel posted a grainy clip supposedly showing her arguing with a producer about her screen time and calling herself the reason this franchise still pays bills. The clip was obviously edited, but that didn't matter because the internet loves drama more than proof. People started analyzing her tone and lip movements, deciding that she sounded guilty of being fake. The audience who once cheered her hustle now dissected her every gesture like a crime scene. Someone created a fake document titled Production Secrets 2024 that claimed Rasheeda had been caught manipulating storylines for sympathy. Another post alleged that she hired bots to flood her comment section with supportive messages during old feuds. Even though none of it could be verified, the story spread like wildfire because the scandal had momentum now. And momentum does not stop for facts. Meanwhile, Yandy remained silent. She did not post, did not clap back, did not even like a comment. Her silence became its own form of shade. Fan pages treated it like a master class in restraint. They called her the Silent Queen, and every hour she stayed quiet, Rasheeda's credibility sank a little lower. Memes began portraying Rasheeda as a monarch without subjects, sitting alone on a cracked throne while Yandy watched calmly from a golden balcony. Then came the fake investigative reports. An entertainment blog claimed that a source close to production revealed that Rasheeda's contract was under review. Another claimed that brand partnerships were pulling out because they didn't want to be associated with negativity. Companies that had nothing to do with her started trending, as people speculated who would cut ties next. The absurdity only made the story grow. Podcasts dedicated full episodes to discussing the Rasheeda unraveling, complete with dramatic music and out-of-context quotes. Someone leaked a supposed bank statement suggesting she had spent thousands on reputation management. Whether real or fake, it gave everyone something to talk about. The narrative shifted from simple feud to a full-on collapse of a reality TV empire. And just when the audience thought the worst had passed, a new video surfaced. A shadowy figure's voice claimed to be a former assistant who had seen everything. The audio was muffled, the details vague. But the words staged fights and fake tears were clear enough to send comment sections into overdrive. Within hours, everyone believed, takedown was in progress. The crowd didn't just want gossip anymore. They wanted a reckoning. The confession had mutated into something larger than Rasheeda herself, and the internet was hungry for the next chapter. The next chapter arrived faster than anyone expected when a new wave of leaks hit social media late at night, claiming to expose everything that had been edited out of Rasheeda's confession. Within minutes, the clips were everywhere, chopped up, subtitled, and re-uploaded by every gossip page on the internet. In one of the leaked audios, she could be heard saying she was tired of carrying the entire show on her back, while other cast members got credit for her work. Another clip had her complaining about Yandy's so-called perfect image, calling it manufactured.com for the cameras. Whether those lines were taken out of context didn't matter because context is the first casualty of internet outrage. By morning, the phrase manufactured.com had become a trending insult, used to praise Yandy for maintaining grace while mocking Rasheeda for losing hers. The fans were relentless. They pulled up old interviews, dissected body language, and even analyzed wardrobe choices, claiming Rasheeda's recent fashion posts looked like a woman trying too hard to prove she still matters. Every time she tried to clarify something on live, it only made things worse. The comments flooded with laughing emojis, screenshots of Yandy smiling, and lines like "the crown doesn't fit anymore." Then came the biggest twist of all, when an unverified blogger released screenshots that supposedly showed emails between Rasheeda and a PR firm discussing ways to spin her confession into a redemption arc. The emails looked legitimate enough for people to believe them. Within hours, headlines screamed that Rasheeda had orchestrated her own downfall just to stay relevant. It didn't matter whether it was true. It felt true, and that was enough to finish the job. Meanwhile, Yandy finally broke her silence, but in the most effortless way possible. She uploaded a simple video of herself walking into a studio, laughing with her husband, the caption reading, "Focus on the real work." It was a single post, but it broke the internet. Fans flooded the comments, calling her the definition of grace under pressure. Brands reposted the clip. Magazines picked up the story. In 1 week, Yandy went from being a supporting player to the uncontested face of the franchise, while Rasheeda became a cautionary tale of what happens when ego meets exposure. Producers started hinting at major cast changes. Blogs whispered about new names being tested, and fans speculated that Rasheeda's next season might be her last. The irony was painful. She had tried to prove she was the queen, but in doing so, she handed the crown to her rival without a fight. By the time the final episode teaser dropped, showing Yandy smiling as a voiceover promised a new era begins. It was clear the throne had already changed hands. The confession that was supposed to secure Rasheeda's legacy had instead written the final chapter of her reign, leaving everyone to wonder if there was ever really a queen at all or just a crowd waiting to choose the next one. So after everything we have seen, the question still hangs in the air like smoke after a fire. Was this downfall destiny? Or did Rasheeda build the fire herself and then forget where she left the matches? Every fan has their theory, every blog has its exclusive. But the truth is that nobody really knows what happens behind those perfectly filtered posts. Maybe the confession was a warning, maybe it was a test. Or maybe it was just the loudest echo of someone who wanted to be heard one last time. Whatever it was, it changed the game. Now, the question is yours to answer. Do you think Rasheeda deserves a comeback? Or has Yandy officially taken the crown for good? Drop your thoughts in the comments because the real story starts with what you believe. And if you think you have seen all the drama, think again. Because in this world, the tea never stops brewing and the truth is always one screenshot away. Like the video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications. Because the next revelation might just make this one look like a warm-up. Stay tuned, because the next confession could change everything. Everything.